Imagine this scenario. You are a hiring manager and you are hiring for your company. And for this, you are using an AI system which will help you in selecting candidates based on their qualifications or any other criteria. Now, this is an efficient system, right? But suddenly you notice that there's something fishy. This AI system tends to favor one gender over the other. So, what happened here? Turns out, this AI system had been trained on biased data. So, a tool which was meant to help us has suddenly turned into an ethical dilemma.
Hello everyone, we are Team AI CVS and today we'll see the complexities of ethical AI. We'll see some real world applications where AI has life-changing impact and some algorithms which help AI to make ethical decisions. So let's dive in.
So, what is ethical AI? Now, ethical AI refers to developing or deploying an AI system which aligns with core human values. So, basically, it is something which will behave like us humans and it will have values of fairness, transparency, accountability, and privacy. Now, this system basically aims to prevent any sort of harm, discrimination, or any unethical practices for that matter, keeping in mind the basic human rights. Now, one more question that comes to my mind is, are there any set of principles or rules which will help us understand whether an AI system is ethical or not, or which will help us in designing an AI system which is aligned with the ethical principles? So the answer is yes. We have a set of 4 principles which serve as a guide or a foundation and help us in designing an AI system which is ethically aligned. The first principle is fairness. So an AI system should be fair. It shouldn't be biased based on any gender, race, or any other criteria for that matter. Second is accountability. Now, if I'm an organization or a developer or any other individual, I should keep in mind that whatever harm is caused by the AI system that I had developed, I should be accountable for it. Then we have transparency. Now, an AI system should be transparent enough. Like if I'm a user, I should understand how that system is working and how much and what data is being collected by it. So, what data is being collected by it. And if you look at privacy, so if at all an AI system is collecting my data, I should understand that my data is secure and there's no privacy breaches or there's no leak in the data. So overall, ethical AI emphasizes on all of these 4 principles in order to design an AI system which is legally compliant and morally sound, ensuring that we all can use it without any harm.
So the challenge before us is, can AI make ethical decisions? For this, let's look at a concept called as computational reflective equilibrium. It is based on a philosophical concept which is called as reflective equilibrium. It balances moral principles that are already existing to the real world applications. It then takes feedback from the people who are involved and then readjusts the features accordingly. To understand computational reflective equilibrium, let's take an example. An AI system is allotted the job to give allot ICU beds during a pandemic. So how will it do that? It will do it using the principle of utility, that is highest survival rate. It will give the bed to a person who has the highest survival rate, so we are allotting our resources to that person. Now, over the time, it is observed that this is not the most optimal approach ethically. So we can have people who are financially disadvantaged, who might have pre-existing conditions which reduces their survival rates. So it's not fair on them, right? So that's why we use ethical principles which are pre-existing, like fairness and justice. So what fairness does is it ensures that each and every person is receiving the medical help irrespective of their caste, their religion, their background. Justice ensures that the vulnerable people are also receiving equal medical help. So while we introduce these principles into the algorithm that is pre-existing, it makes it more optimal. We assign values to these features. For example, fairness might get 20% value. The justice system will get 10%, while the utility gets 70%. So in this way, we are assigning weights to these features based upon how important they are to the model. So in this way, we are making the model more optimal and better and ethically sound.
Now, before we move on to some other topics, let us first discuss about the difference between 2 important terms, that is ethics of AI versus ethical AI. Now, ethics of AI is about the human responsibility in creating AI and its impact on the society. It's about how we manage, build and regulate the AI systems. Whereas ethical AI is how AI systems themselves should behave. It is how the technology itself follows moral principles. So when I was researching about this topic, a question kept troubling me, that why are we even learning about ethical AI? Like, why did this term even come up? And is there a real evidence which can show that AI can be ethically incorrect? So the answer is yes. A study was conducted by a group of researchers in which they researched about 150 cases related to ethical issues in AI, and they made a database. So here's what they found. They categorized the entire study into 4 main parts. First, when did these issues arise? Second, where were these issues reported? Third, which areas were affected? And fourth, what were the most common issues? Let's see the most important part of the study. Now, you can see on the screen. Now, this is the data which they had collected, and they categorized it into 13 key fields which show the 13 regions which were affected heavily by ethical issues in AI. Now, you can see that most of the key fields which are mentioned here are related to us either directly or indirectly. You can see there are key fields like AI-based games, smart homes, AI-based education, AI-based recruitment. So from this we can understand that the concept of ethical AI is not just theoretical, but it is actually affecting us in real life. So since we've already looked at the areas which are being affected by ethical AI, let us now look at what are the actual ethical AI concerns. So first is bias and discrimination. Second is data privacy violations. Third is reputation and financial risks. So if there's a company or an organization which has created an AI system which is causing harm of any sort, so the company might face backlash and lawsuits. And lastly, we have impact on human rights. So if there is an AI system which is used in lawmaking or decision making, and if it is biased, so it might influence or adversely affect the privacy and freedom of speech.
To conclude, I would like to say that ethical AI isn't just a concept, it's a responsibility. As AI continues to shape our world, it's up to us to ensure that it's used fairly, transparently, and ethically. From biased hiring systems to deepfake manipulation, the challenges are real, but so are the solutions. By integrating ethical frameworks, refining algorithms, and holding organizations accountable, we can build AI that truly benefits everyone. So, what do you think? Should AI have ethical guidelines just like humans do? Let us know in the comments below.